Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about Don't Panic. Don't Panic is a recent Vinegar Syndrome release, and it is a trip, boy. So this was made by Rubén Galindo Jr. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. And he is a Mexican horror movie creator. He had done Cemetery of Terror, which I haven't seen, and Grave Robbers. Not the American one Vinegar Syndrome put out, but the Spanish one. I saw that. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for films in other languages, so it didn't really strike a nerve with me. I didn't really like it a lot, but I think because I wasn't in the mood for subtitles. So Don't Panic is his foray into Mexican cinema with English. Wow. This just came out recently. It is about a young guy who moves with his mother to Mexico City, and for his 17th birthday, his friends from high school come over and they play with a Ouija board and summon the devil, who is known for some reason as Virgil. I don't know if there's some mythology behind that. I didn't really look into it, but it's funny. His friends are all kind of like annoying. They break his balls a lot. Some of them aren't very nice. And he really likes this girl who's played by Gabriela Hassel. And I have a little bit of a crush on her. She is cute, and she has this awesome unibrow that is prominent throughout the whole film. And the film looks great. It's a new 4K scan from the original 35mm negative, so you can see that unibrow in all its glory. And I'm not kidding. She's attractive, and I do like her. So she's in soap operas, I believe, in Mexico now. So that being said, it's sort of a tiny bit of brain scan with a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street. And after they play with the Ouija board, they summon Virgil. I don't want to give away too much, but they summon Virgil and he starts killing people. But as he's killing them, Michael's eyes turn red and he sees a vision of everyone getting killed and is now trying to stop it from happening because he's aware of it. People think he's crazy. He's trying to get his friends involved. He's trying to get his girlfriend to help. He's got some stuff going on with her where she thinks he's doesn't love her and this and that. But there's weirdness to it, and that's the best part of this movie. Throughout like 80% of the film, Michael's wearing, and he looks like an adult. He definitely doesn't look like a teenager. Michael is wearing dinosaur pajamas. They're so prominent that they're mentioned in the film. He looks ridiculous. He goes outside in them, and Vinegar Syndrome actually produced the pajamas to sell recently, and I think sold out of like the main sizes, like the larges and extra larges. They had extra smalls. My wife was teasing me and telling me, "You gonna buy them?" Like, you know I don't fit in extra smalls. I need like a large, extra large probably. So, but she was laughing. So my wife totally got a kick out of the weirdness in this film and the silliness, and I thought it was great. It's sort of like Nightmare on Elm Street, where there's these strange things happening, faces coming through televisions, hands coming through ceilings and blood dripping, some pretty good gore and special effects by, I want to say I should know his name, Screaming Mad George or something like that, but he's a pretty famous makeup and special effects artist that my friends seem to like, so he has some involvement in this. It's just a crazy movie. If you like Nightmare on Elm Street and Brain Scan, check out Don't Panic, because it's so bad that it's good. There's questionable things that the characters say that sort of sound robotic or weird, like most people wouldn't say them. So it makes the movie even funnier. There's interactions where, like, Alexandra, it's Gabriela Hassel's character, they admit they love each other pretty much instantaneously. I don't even know if they had slept together yet in the movie, and he's like, "I love you." It's like there's these weird quotes about this flower that won't die as long as they love each other. The elements in the movie are just so awkward, but make sense in some facet that it just makes it a really fun bad movie watch. This isn't a great movie. This isn't even up to par with like a horror movie that might creep certain people out, like in the old entries of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just a cheesy, bad horror movie. They actually thought they were going to capitalize so well on this that they, I think in their movie posters, had mentioned that, like, move over Jason and move over Freddy, Virgil's here. It's just, it's so bad, but it's so good. You have to see Don't Panic. And look at the cover. There's Virgil and there's Michael in his dinosaur pajamas. I have a friend, Full Custom Hot Dog. I think he actually bought this movie before I did. I tried buying it off of him. He wouldn't sell it to me. But he doesn't like this movie. I think he has some deep-seated hatred for tacos because he's the Full Custom Hot Dog. And I think that's his problem because it's a Mexican film. But it is great. So when his review comes out on this, tell him he sucks because he's wrong. Definitely watch this. Great, cheesy fun. Exactly what I got into Vinegar Syndrome for. I watched it twice so far. The only negative I would say is I don't know if it's an audio problem, something to do with the dubbing. I have no idea. The whole movie's in English. Their mouths match, so it looks like it's in English. But there's a little bit of an off to it. At one point I noticed the lip was a little out of sync, but then I noticed throughout the rest of the film, there's almost like a staticky or a hum or something with the audio. Just the voices. I don't know why. I don't know if it's overdubbed. I don't know what that was. But it's not very clear sounding, I guess is what I'm getting at. So check out Don't Panic. It is a fun Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff. As I said, 4K scan from the original negative, original and Spanish dubbed language soundtracks, an interview with director Rubén Galindo Jr., a commentary track with Rubén Galindo Jr., a commentary track with The Hysteria Continues, alternative Spanish titles, reversible cover artwork, newly translated English subtitles. So it has a pretty decent amount of stuff. There is the alternate cover, though I definitely prefer the new artwork. Nice and goofy, just like the movie. Check out Don't Panic. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.